Welcome to the Lindbergh Center at Hopkins High School for Lake Conference Volleyball. Tonight, the Eden Prairie Eagles pay a visit here to take on the Royals. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Andy Gugasberg. And Andy, these teams, great volleyball tradition. They met in the Section 6 championship last year, but a lot of new faces in the lineup for both teams this season.
I'll tell you, both teams are rebuilding a lot, but as you can tell, if you look at the back of the Eden Prairie practice shirt, it's not about a rebuild, it's about a reload and getting charged to go to the Excel again. There's a lot of great teams in Section 6 this year, but I think these two have the experience down the line to do some real damage.
They have already played twice this season. Eden Prairie won the first conference match over on their home court. Hopkins, I think, gained a measure of confidence, though, by taking two straight against them in the tournament.
Yeah, I was able to watch that match at Apple Valley, and both teams just played gritty volleyball, but the ball control from Hopkins really improved from that conference match to the tournament match, and you could see it in the results.
Of course, both these teams, still finalizing things, but once you do hit October, the coaches were talking about, we've got to be ready now. Now it starts to really count down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, in September, you're still kind of messing with your lineups, trying to figure out who's going to play well next to who and who's going to make a difference down the stretch. You want to hit that stride at the beginning of October, so by the time section play starts, you're in a groove and you're playing the best volleyball you're going to play all year.
Let's talk about key players to keep an eye on in tonight's contest. Both of them are juniors, and both of them will be distributing the ball to their teammates. Elizabeth Moore is the setter for Eden Prairie.
I'll tell you, Elizabeth Moore, and I'll be calling her Elmo all night long because that's what I've known her as since she was a 7th grader. Elmo plays with a very calm, cool disposition. She's never going to be noticed for the wow plays. She just does her job and makes her team better every time she touches the ball.
And for Hopkins, they've got one of the best setters around the Midwest, around the country, really, in her age group, Samantha Seliger-Swenson.
Samantha is a next level kid. You can watch Samantha do things with the ball, and it's because she's athletic, it's because she comes from a great lineage, and it's because she's seen the ball a million times. She knows how to put her headers in one-on-one situations so that her team can score that point and go on the runs to take them to championships.
All right, should be an interesting one here tonight. The Lake Conference is really balanced this year, and these two teams right in the thick of things as well down the stretch of the season. Eden Prairie and Hopkins, it comes your way next year on 12 Sports. Look at the Hopkins student section here tonight, and when you've got a successful club especially, good to come out and see a good match here. And really just about any time you're seeing a Lake Conference match, you're going to see a pretty good one. Some of the teams that maybe hadn't been as strong, like Minnetonka, they're now leading the conference, and you got, Eden Prairie has maybe come back to the pack a little bit, but it's been an interesting season for all the teams involved. As we look at the starting lineup here for Chad Becker and the Eagles, Abby Erke, Ashley Brueggemann, Emma Thiel, Alora Campbell, Elizabeth Moore, Tamika Brecky, and their libero is Lauren Madison. And then for Vicki Seliger-Swenson and the Royals, Jasmine Martin, a newcomer from Bloomington Kennedy, a talented freshman, Talia Johnson, Audrey Erickson, Ruby Moreland, Ellie Mag, Samantha Seliger-Swenson, and their libero is Ingrid Werner. So teams have gotten settled into their roles. Like you talk about new players and new positions, and then you get to this part, though, and that excuse, I don't want to say excuse, but that doesn't, matter anymore. At this point, it's deliver or don't.
Right. You got teams that are starting to get comfortable with each other, and it's okay. It's like you talk about it's okay to make a freshman error. It's okay to not be in that gel in September, but it's October. October matters. We're going to get after it right here. You can see Chad Becker. It's his 8th year as the varsity coach here, 18th year in the program, and I don't know that there's a better match coach in the state as far as breaking down opponents' weaknesses and taking advantage of them. We're going to see a lot of that this year.
There's a look at Vicky. Been here now 19 seasons with the Royals, and kind of been through all, the real highs, the real lows, and this is a team that they've still got some building to do, I think, too. Both these teams really are going to see a lot of juniors that are playing on the court tonight, so both, potentially could be even better next year.
Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup this year, and I think next year these two teams are probably your section favorites. We'll see some great volleyball tonight. A lot of these kids know each other. The coaches know each other. There's familiarity here, and that's another reason I think why you get such a great student section turnout. Everybody knows everybody. We're going to have a good time here.
Hopkins ranked 6th in the state 3A poll this week, and Eden Prairie is number 8. But a lot of times, you're seeing a team like Wayzata, who's by their standards had a real off year, yet they come up and they beat this Hopkins team not too long ago. So, you're seeing some real competitive matches again just about any time you're going to a lake match, and even a team like Edina has gotten better as well.
Yeah, Edina pulled probably the upset of the year so far when they handled Eden Prairie. I believe it was in 4. Eden Prairie won the first set going away, and then Edina kind of stepped in, and that was 2 days after Eden Prairie had beat this very talented Hopkins team. Talking with Coach Becker about it, he talked about it was a trap match for them, and they weren't ready to play their best ball. Edina took full advantage of it. Tonight, I don't think that's going to happen, as both teams had this match on their schedule for a long, long time.
Eden Prairie will start it out with the serve here, as Moore will serve for the Eagles.
More recently committed to Concordia University St. Paul, a great get for the Golden Bears. And by the time she's done, that could be about 11 championships in a row.
Dug up here, Moore will send it across, tough ball, and all the way underneath the net there was Abby Yerke. Just couldn't stop her momentum there. So a point for the Royals to get things started out, and serving for Hopkins here will be Talia Johnson. Goes down the line with it, and it's an ace.
Talia Johnson recently came over from Wayzata, another transfer in. They have 3 transfers starting for Wayzata this year, or for Hopkins this year. Good serve from her to Brecky there, tough to handle.
And a little lack of communication there for EP, as they got a little bunched up, and Madison says she'll take the blame for that one.
Good serve, miscommunication between the libero and DS. I know Coach Becker's not happy about it.
Royals getting off to a 3-0 start, and that one well too long from Brueggemann. So Eden Prairie looking a little bit nervous maybe on the road here to get things started. 4-zip lead for Hopkins. And Johnson just too deep with that one, so the Eagles will get the serve back here. And Briley Nichols checking in for Eden Prairie as Abby Yerke gets set to serve.
Backcourt for the Eagles right now might be the best in the state with Yerke, Madison, and Moore. A lot of balls are going to stay up right here, right now.
They'll come to the outside, and the tip drops in for Ashley Brueggemann there. She's come up from Texas. And
Brueggemann sees a great block set up here, rolls it, tips it over the block, and away we go.
So Yerke with the serve here. Her team has scored a couple in a row after Hopkins got off to a 4-0 start. Martin is denied. Dug up at that pass off target. Hopkins lucky to get away with that one. Another crack at it from Martin, and it is blocked as Campbell comes up big.
Martin gets set on the outside here. Eden Prairie knew where this ball was going, has a solid double block in front of it. That's a tough ball to put away.
Erke serving with a chance to even it up here. Swenson's going to go with the left-hand tip, and the Eagles cannot get to it. A little ball handling error there anyway, so 5-3 lead now for Hopkins. Ellie Mogg serving. Brueggemann shooting across court. Martin tipping over the block. They get to it. And it's just going to fall out there as Moreland was hoping. She got a nice big swing at it, but Eden Prairie recovered pretty well to get a piece of that.
Overpass comes over here. It's a great effort to pick this ball up, but Ruby has other plans as she decides to throw it high off that block and back over and out.
And put away in the middle there for Brueggemann as pretty good ball handling for Eden Prairie. That was a tough serve, and they got into their offense pretty nicely there.
Yeah, Brueggemann comes in and hits a high 2-ball, splits the block, puts it away.
Campbell with the serve here for Eden Prairie. Across to Martin. That one's denied, and it's going to be out. So they've done a good job against Martin early on here. 6-5 deficit now for Eden Prairie.
Martin, just a freshman for Hopkins, played last year for Bloomington Kennedy, made the move over this year.
Nice dig there by Erke. And that one's going to be wide, though, so the Royals will end up with the point anyway. And Swenson will serve.
Vicky was telling us Samantha's working on a new serve here, a nice aggressive jump top spin serve. We're about to see it for the first time tonight. Good pace on the ball there.
Brueggemann on the outside. Swenson able to dig it up. She'll send it over. And found the right spot there, a little off speed, and 8-5 lead now for the Royals. Verbally committed to the University of Minnesota. Brueggemann has it dug up. Swenson will come right side with it, and that one's off target by Erickson.
Got herself a little under that ball, a little tight, so she overran it, hits it long. Give her another swing. She's probably going to be a little smarter with that next one. Erickson doesn't make repeating errors very often.
Quick set there, and good adjustment by Moreland with the left-hand tip. They were just a little off on the timing, but still made it work. Martin serving here with a 9-6 advantage for the Hopkins Royals. They'll come to Swenson, and too strong with that one. So the Eagles back to within 2 now, and in to serve for them is Brecky. And delivers an ace. The lefty Brecky will try and do it again here as her team looking to even things up. She goes right at Martin again with it. And that one's good. Found the back middle there. Talia Johnson able to control that ball pretty well.
Decent pass handled by Martin. The ball goes set out to Johnson, and Johnson uses every inch of that back line in order to find the court there.
Werner. Swenson getting down to dig that one up. And then Erickson wipes it off the block, and Hopkins increases the lead now to 3.
Erickson takes a good look, sees the hands there, and decides that they'll score just as easily off of there, straight to the floor. Nice swing by her.
Push deep to the corner there. Good pass started that one out, and Teal able to see an open spot there as Hopkins got pulled up a little bit.
Teal's the type of kid that isn't going to wow many people, but she'll find the court with every ball. Low error player.
Johnson has it denied. Now they'll come to Swenson hitting from the back row. Just got a piece of that one, and then Mogg with the block. Erke sending it deep, and Werner had some trouble, just barely played that one cleanly. Here's Erke getting a swing. Martin trying to dig it, and they're not going to be able to rally this one. Nice effort, but wide of the court, so the Eagles back within 11-10.
Good rally there. Good effort on both sides of the ball. Swenson's taking a shot back at it, just couldn't quite bring it back in.
And put away here by Johnson. So Erickson will serve with her team up 12-10. We've kind of gone back and forth on this pattern. Hopkins has mainly been ahead, but it's been between 2-3 points most of the way. Erke cutting across court, but tried a little too hard to be too fine with that one and misses the court.
Yeah, gets a little late in her transition after she passes, ends up going inside out to hit this ball, and then tries to take it on a very hard cut shot.
They'll come right back to Erke and denied. Royals getting a nice double block up there as Erickson and Swenson are there.
It's a nice close here by Mogg and Swenson to finish that play off. Nice block.
Yep, you're right, Mogg. Sorry about that. And that serve too strong, so they get a couple points out of it, but then a serving error will give it back to EP here, trailing at 14-11. Brueggemann coming back in.
Brueggemann, a dynamic attacker. She can swing from anywhere. It looks like in this match they got her mostly swinging from the right side though.
And just wide there as trying to go out to the line was Mogg.
Keep the pressure on him now. Keep the pressure on him. Everybody
In her fifth-year setting, Samantha has no problem trying to force the middle. I wouldn't be surprised if relatively quickly we see her go back. Although this time it goes out to Nelson. Eden Prairie saw it coming.
Johnson has that one denied, and pretty solid blocking so far here by the Eagles tonight.
Yeah, Becker does a great job getting his teams ready. They know where the ball's going very, very early after the set, and you'll pretty much always see a good defensive effort from any Chad Becker coach team.
Here's Moore with the serve and an overpass there, and it's going to land out. Erke jumps and then held her arms back as she got word that one was going to be wide.
Trusting her teammates, Erke wants to take a swing, hears the scream from the teammates, and decides to trust him there. Good choice for her.
14-14, the Eagles have battled back with good defense especially, and now they come out to Johnson, and this time she gets it done, puts that one away, and the Royals get it back now at 15-14.
Good set by Swenson. Johnson takes that ball down the line as they're giving her that line with the block.
Middle, Brueggemann, and that one's going to land just out. Has Erickson not quite able to control that pass. 15 all, and Erke will serve now for Eden Prairie. Might be kind of a sign of things to come here tonight. We're going to go back and forth, I think.
Good float serve.
Here's Martin getting a full swing and puts that ball away. Real good athlete, real good basketball player as well. Talking to Coach Vicky earlier this season, she said, there's probably going to come a time when she might have to decide which one is going to be her real sport, but she is definitely highly thought of in both of them.
Absolutely.
And Eden Prairie was in the net that time, so Swenson, they get the point either way as she found the opening there, pushing that ball over. So 17-15 Hopkins. And Martin gets the better of that one. Single block there against Brueggemann, and Martin able to get it done.
Martin spent some time blocking in the middle over the last couple years for Kennedy, and you can see it right there, able to take that ball one-on-one and get in front of it.
So a timeout taken here as Hopkins has put 3 points in a row on the board to break what had been a 15-all tie here to go up 18-15.
We are in for quite a treat. It's been a great set so far. 18-15, it has been back and forth the entire time. Look for some adjustments here. Look for possibly a commit block from Eden Prairie on the outside. They're going to need to take care of the pass first and let Moore run her offense. It's a little different from last year. Last year, Eden Prairie had Sarah Wilhite, Miss Volleyball Minnesota, and just a joy to watch. As we were talking with Coach Becker before the match started, he mentioned that it's a little tougher offense to run this year, not having a Wilhite on the outside that could just deliver on demand. We'll see how the Eagles come back off this timeout, see if they're able to put together a side out and run from there.
Ellie Mogg serving here for Hopkins. They'll come outside to Brueggemann, and she puts it away.
Good response off the timeout. Madison sticks the pass. Moore gets the matchup she wants, jump sets, leaves Martin on the inside, allowing Brueggemann to take that ball down the line. That's a great swing by her, good set by Moore.
Across to Martin, whoops. Kind of lost her concentration a little bit there and took a
She's still learning
swing.
how to play that outside position. In the middle of the ball, she just kind of jumps and the setter will find her there. On the outside, there's a lot more timing. There's a lot of problems that can happen.
Good recovery there by Moore. Strong block for the Royals, and they'll go back to Brueggemann. Another big block. And a ball denied as Swenson on that free ball. Looked like she was going to have an easy opportunity.
Good rally here by both squads.
Brueggemann tipping. Here's Martin rolling it deep. Back to the corner. Johnson, a good pass. Swenson, and then it's off the block. Put away by Ruby Moreland, and a long point that appeared to be over a couple different times, and finally Hopkins wins it.
Good vision by the middle over for Eden Prairie. Gets up, sees the ball coming over, finds Swenson knowing she wants to attack, gets in front of it. Good rally. Good rally won by the Royals.
Good pass off a difficult serve there, and then a hitting error by Briley Nichols as she wanted to cut that ball cross court and instead finds the tape. So 20-17, and kind of a nice time to have Swenson at the service line too, a strong server when you want to make that final push to get a lead that they can't come back on. Werner sending it across to Erickson, and off the block and good. Audrey Erickson scores the point for the Royals. 21-17 matches the biggest lead they've had. And obviously now you're to the point if you're Eden Prairie, well, you can't go back and forth trading points anymore.
Patented Chad Becker timeout. Wait until the server has the ball as long as possible. His version of icing the kicker, he once told me. Swenson might not think that's such a good idea. Swenson, if she puts everything she has on this ball, she can put a little more pop on it. Great dig by her. Werner going right side to Erickson. Erickson looking for a smart ball. No, she's not in a spot to go hammer it. Decides to go off the hands, off the block and down. Great spot for her. Becker getting a little fired up with his athletes here. For the last 8 years, that's worked pretty well for him. He's done some pretty good things throughout conference and section play. We'll see how they respond. It's a younger team. They've got the abilities. They've got the training to do some great things. We'll see if they can put it together here and get this one a little bit closer. As we take a look at the Hopkins cheering section, I'm pretty sure they think that something else is going to happen. Swenson back to serve, 21-17. And we'll see if she lets one go here off the timeout.
Here's Sam to serve it. And the pass into the net, they can't pull it out. And 22-17 now.
I think it's her 5th year as a varsity starter. I believe she's been first or second on the team in aces every year.
And Brueggemann able to sneak that one through the block of Moreland. It was a somewhat difficult angle for her to get to it, but did a pretty good job.
Got a nice serve here. We're going to get a back set, and Martin decides that it's not a ball she wants to block. Moreland has other ideas, right through the hands.
Swenson will come to Erickson left side and right down the middle, able to put that one away. 23-18 Royals.
Erickson goes up, gets the seam in the block after Ruby draws the middle. Going to have a whole lot of court and a whole lot of problems for Eden Prairie there.
Jasmine Martin to serve here for Hopkins. Across to Johnson, going cross court. Erke played one that maybe would have been out, but couldn't take that chance. Swenson will come right back to Talia Johnson off the hands. And the timing not quite there as they try to go middle to Teal. And Eden Prairie, those are the type of points at, this point in the set that you really can't afford. 24-18 now, and Martin trying to finish it off here for Hopkins. And an overpass put away by Johnson, and Hopkins will prevail here in this first set by a score of 25-18.
Martin with a good serve here. Okay, overpass coming from Eden Prairie. You're going to want to avoid that with Ruby at the net. She wants that ball. Her and Johnson go up together and make sure that's the end of the point, the end of the set.
25-18 Royals. We'll be back with our second set here in just a moment on 12 Sports.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
Hopkins with a 7-point win in the first set tonight, and trying to continue that trend here as we go on to our second. Again, the first time they played over at Eden Prairie, Hopkins did come out strong and take the first one, and then Eden Prairie won the next three. And in the tournament, of course, it was Hopkins taking in 2 straight. I was asking Coach Swenson, how much do you feel like this means in terms of possible section seeding? And she said, well, they're all important, but at the same time, if it comes down to them in Eden Prairie and you say whichever one beat the other 2 out of 3, this potentially could be, the difference between the 1 and 2 seed or 2 and 3 seed, something like that.
There's always a lot of politicking going on around section seating time as well. I'll be the one to admit it. I don't know that the coaches would ever say it out loud. A lot of times we see some crazy things happen here.
Johnson to serve as we begin set number 2, and too long with it, so Eden Prairie will quickly get a point and get the serve here as they try and bounce back. Erke will serve it up here for the Eagles. Swenson going outside to Martin, and down the line she goes with authority, so 1-1.
Looked a lot like Eden Prairie last year. Everybody knows the ball's going outside. Double block for him very well here. Martin takes it down the line. That's a little too tough for Moore to handle.
Mogg with the serve, and it's a good one, but Eagles recover, and Brueggemann able to put it in. Hopkins was hoping it was out, but it was not.
Wishing in one hand, I'll tell you, it's not going to get it done. Good swing by Brueggemann.
Campbell to serve now for the Eagles. Martin off the hands, but Erke able to get a decent pass away out of it. 3-ball chance here for the Royals.
Such a good choice.
Ball blocked, and now Erke scrapes it off the net and will get a fortunate bounce for the point there for EP.
Good out-of-system swing, not even trying to score, just trying to eliminate an error, but because that tape is so vicious, ends up going off it and down for a point.
Moreland tipping into the middle. Boy, Erke able to get her hand underneath that one. And now Swenson tips it home with the left hand.
Swenson has developed a nice offensive weapon with her dump as well. It's gotten creative and deceptive. She's got about 3 or 4 different places she can put that ball, and we've seen them all tonight already.
And here's Samantha to serve. Team trailing 3-2. Erke does a good job to get to that ball. Brueggemann wipes it off the block, and the Eagles will quickly get it right back here. The 4-2 advantage.
Brueggemann just swinging hard, knowing that Martin might not have her hands where they need to be, and sure enough, off the hands out.
And tries to go down the line with that one, but missed by about a foot, and Hopkins will quickly get it right back after the service error. Anna Schrupp coming in now for Eden Prairie. Martin will serve it. And off the block and wide, so Eden Prairie not allowing Hopkins to ever get any kind of run of points at all here.
Moore with a nice jump set to Teal. Teal takes a swing. Moreland tries to reach over and block it, ends up pushing the ball out of bounds.
Brecky serving here for the Eagles with a 2-point lead. And that one not handled by Martin.
As they say in the high school game, that's why they're allowed to make freshman mistakes as a freshman. Got to see that ball come over the net an awful lot of times before you get great at that serve receive. Probably one of the toughest skills to master. Rookie with a great dig.
Sent over here, and now Hopkins will get a chance to get into their offense. Johnson off the block, but dug up there by Schrupp. Erke looking cross court. Werner right on target with her pass, though.
Madison with a great dig. Out to Erke again.
Swenson sending it across for Johnson and misses wide.
Great ball control on both sides of the net during that rally. Some great swings, some good ups. Lots of good volleyball. Vicky Swenson wants to call a timeout and talk it over with her squad.
Eden Prairie, you can see a little difference. They've handled the ball much cleaner here in this second set so far. That you just start to take it for granted that that pass is going to be pretty near where the setter wants it.
With setters of this caliber, a lot of times you can take it, take for granted the serve receive and first contact part of it. But you can see in this set right here, when Eden Prairie's even better with that first contact, Moore's able to run an offense instead of set the ball. And that in and of itself allows the offense to be smoother. Hopkins' defense isn't able to set up as early and defend what they think is coming. They got to actually wait until the ball is set and then try and catch up to the game instead of being in front of it. The first contact is so vitally important in this game, and the casual fan has a tendency to just watch the big kill or the big mistake more often than not. And it's that first contact battle, I think, that is really the true decider in most volleyball matches.
And you made a good point that Coach Swenson talked about in the pregame also, is that what it does to the defense too is you've all of a sudden got a lot more options to work with, and therefore the defense can't zero in on where the ball is going to be coming either. Here's Johnson. Great effort to keep it alive there by Madison. Erickson denied, but Swenson backs her up. They go quick in the middle. And nice block there. That one was kind of an in-between shot by Hopkins there. Wasn't really disguised much, just kind of a halfway tip there, and not a real difficult block.
And about 3 people on the, are you going to take that coverage ball? That's not going to get it up.
Swenson recovering, wow, and they'll get a little bit of a break there. It was not a good pass on serve receive there, but Eden Prairie got caught flat-footed.
Athletic setters can make bad passes into okay plays. Swenson did it right there.
Werner serving for the Royals. There's an overpass. Erickson from the outside, and a nice cross-court deep corner shot there. And the Royals to within a couple.
Erickson recognizing the deep corner is going to be open more often than not. Hits a ball that's fallen in between two Eden Prairie defenders.
To within 3, I'm sorry, 8-5. Erke sending it over now. Swenson will come back right side for Erickson. Martin's pass run down by Johnson. Erke going cross court again. Werner gets there, and then Johnson almost ran away from that ball. Come quick to the middle. Was it tipped? No.
Even when she's not in the play, Swenson's in the play. Ball dug great by Werner there. Swenson has to yell at Johnson to make sure she knows that Swenson isn't going to take the second ball. Allowed us to keep playing right there.
And Werner, a misfire on the serve, will put Eden Prairie back up by 3 here as Madison will serve now for the Eagles. Swenson coming to Erickson, and she's able to put it away. Block was just late.
Back set here. Block is up late and again giving line as Erickson has hit the last couple balls cross court. Erickson's able to take that one down the line.
And Martin not able to control that pass into the bench, so it's Hopkins' turn to have a little bit more trouble handling the ball in this second set.
Bruggeman back in the set.
Moore with the serve. Johnson sending it over. Moore gets it now. Erke rolling one. Oh, great effort there on the dig by Brecky. Johnson from the outside, good long rally, but then that pass was off target. Eagles will just swat it over. Come back out for Johnson tipping, but Moore gets there easily. And a pass that's off target, and Swenson wisely lets that one go.
Great communication from Hopkins there as there's a little bit of chaos going on. They're able to stay calm throughout the point.
Johnson serving it up. Now Moore will go middle for Bruggeman, and she misses, looking to go to that sideline.
Brings him back to within 1 here. Bruggeman misses deep there. Moore trying to figure out where she's going to go next with this ball.
They come back to the middle there and tip Redwell. It's now Swenson. And just roll that one over the block. Made it look kind of easy there, didn't she?
You know, for someone who's never been an attacker, she hits the ball pretty well and pretty deceptive. I suppose when you're watching volleyball from the time you're about 8 months old, you see what works and what doesn't.
Riding around in the ball cart when at mom's practice. Eagles will get it back here and up by a point now after a little mini run by Hopkins. Erke serving. Martin tipping down the line, but Moore got to it.
Johnson with a great dig there. Back row to Erickson.
They'll set up Bruggeman there. That's a tough pass to handle, so Swenson will push it deep. Now Bruggeman not really getting a full swing at it. Here's Martin tipping to the middle. And Martin trying to put it away, a scrambling point. Erickson, strong swing at that one. And then it's off the block, and eventually Briley Nichols gets the kill there as Swenson not quite able to stop that one.
Long rally, bump set coming over, little bit of shot coming from Nichols. Swenson goes up trying to take it with a block and isn't quite strong enough there.
Erke serving with a 12-10 lead. And Martin pounding that one home.
Talking with Coach Swenson earlier today, she was talking about Martin's going to make a couple of those errors like we saw in the first set where she just mishit a ball. But then she's going to do that a couple times too, and you'll take your lumps.
And I was thinking that they're definitely, I think, wanting and living with her, growing on in the serve receiving things too. Maybe your temptation is to take her out in the back row, but you know that she's going to be a good player for you, and she already is. But you want to, sort of let her learn from her mistakes on the court too. 13-11, and here's Moreland putting it away for Hopkins.
Good choice with the set there. Swenson finds Moreland coming in, able to push that ball cross body and down.
So here's Swenson, chance to even up the score here in our second set. Oh, not gonna do it. Serving error for Sam, and it's 14-12. Here's Brueggemann to serve. She's a sophomore, predominantly junior class playing for Eden Prairie and really for Hopkins as well. There's Erickson smoking that one home.
Nice swing by Erickson, gets the seam in the block we're always looking for as a hitter. 1.5. A little late from the middle there was Teal.
Martin's serve is too long, and the Eagles able to communicate well and let that one drop longer. So 15-13 Eden Prairie, and off the bench to serve here is Brecky.
Hilger's in for Hopkins as they take Martin out, give her a little rest.
Run down, and now Erke trying to roll one over here. Swenson to Werner, and have to just send one over here, and Eden Prairie gets a good opportunity. Erke, though, hits the tape.
We talked early on about the setters in this match, and I'll tell you one player we weren't really talking about, and I've seen both players do well as the libero position. Werner for Hopkins and Madison for Eden Prairie, both doing some great defensive work. Serve receive is pretty solid.
And there's a good example right there. And then ball put away as the block a little late, getting up on Teal, and she gets the kill for the Eagles. So the first setter was kind of flip-flopped where Hopkins sort of had that lead and kept it to 2-3 points, and now it's been just the opposite here with Eden Prairie not in command but ahead for most of the way. Johnson just in with that one, and score the point for the Royals. They're back to within a point now at 16-15, and Erickson will serve it up. Werner gets the nice soft pass over to Swenson. Johnson sending it over. Now Erke. That's going to be a tough one, but Swenson recovers. And quick offense for the Eagles, and Alora Campbell will get the kill.
Always available in transition, a little scrap play with the dig. Finds Campbell already in the air. That's just a great, great play.
Good communication too there, as they didn't have a lot of time to get that one in transition, but able to get it done there. They haven't used the middle a whole lot, but they've been relatively effective when they have. Brueggemann swatting that one over left-handed. Johnson off the block, and Brecky not able to get her feet underneath that one as it changed direction a little bit.
Brecky ready for the hard drive, and it goes off the block, slows it down just enough. Brecky a little bit on her heels there. Good swing, good swing.
And looking at it again, I'm kind of glad to see that she got up without any injury there. It sort of looked like she might have had her foot planted and turned her knee a little bit. And Erke has a free ball chance there, and that's about as fired up as Eden Prairie's been on any point tonight. They like that one.
Martin tries to pick up the roll, sends it over right into Erke's wheelhouse, and we see the result right there.
Erke's with the serve here for the Eagles. Now it's Martin, and she pounds that one home.
Martin halfway through her approach by the time that ball was set. It's a fast tempo ball up there. Really good swing by her. Great location by Swenson.
Sierra Zelmer coming in now to serve for Hopkins. Down by a point. Johnson's pass off target there, but here's Brueggemann and misfires that time. Evened up at 18. Zelmer, one of the few seniors, really seeing some court time here. And Moreland puts that one away off the set from Swenson.
Find your middle when they're available. Good things will happen. Here we see Moreland kind of get one step off and back in. Swenson's looking for her. Great things happen.
And Coach Becker's going to take a timeout here. His team now trailing it 19-18. And I mean, obviously we don't know exactly what's going to happen yet, but to me, if Hopkins were to pull this one out, it would be pretty demoralizing for EP because they've kind of been the team that's been the front runner, and I don't think Hopkins has played especially well for the most part in this set, but if they're able to still sneak this one out, big boost for them, not so much for EP.
I couldn't agree more. You know, to have the lead for most of the set, be down for the first time all set at 19-18. Eden Prairie doesn't find a way to come back, retake the lead and win this set. It's going to be very difficult for this senior depleted team. Not a whole lot of senior leadership on the team. The juniors seem to be, like you were saying earlier, the main players on the court for this team. Very difficult for them if they don't come back and at least even up this match at one set apiece here.
Having said that, of course, they've still got plenty of opportunity to get the momentum right back here, as Zelmer will serve for the Royals. And let's see, is that in or out? It is out. Right at the line judge there, who got a little tangled up trying to get out of the way of that one. So it is point for Eden Prairie.
If the line judge is standing where she's supposed to be and it hits her in the foot, that ball has to be out of bounds.
And Coach Swenson now kind of going over. And here you see the competitiveness between both these coaches here. They're friends and they've gone against each other a lot of times, and but when it gets down to it, they're gonna argue for what their team. Now the official is going to confer a little bit. The one thing about this is, even whether true or not, I think you always feel like on the road things like that happen to you. But if you're Hopkins, you're at home. Right. It's a little bit less, of that feeling. That
the home court advantage should have a little bit to do with it, right?
Yeah.
We're back to play.
Here's Martin able to roll that one over. Moore setting quick to the middle. Swenson gets there though. 19 all tie. Swenson firing away but misses too long.
Eagles retake the lead here. Calm, collected play by Eden Prairie. They're able to again find the middle in transition, causing problems for Hopkins.
Here's Campbell to serve. Now Martin. And she pounds that one home. Erke got to it, but not enough to control it. And so we're even up at 20 apiece. I think it's a little interesting to me to see that you're seeing both teams not get like super high when they make a good play or down when they don't. I think that's a part because they're so used to playing other really good teams. And Swenson will get a little fortunate break, and they've also just played a lot of high caliber ball throughout their careers, so it isn't a shock to see somebody do something against them.
We talked about home court advantage 3 points ago. That's what happens when you set up the nets, I guess, right?
Just the right tension there. 21-20 lead now for Hopkins. Werner to Swenson, and now Erickson off the block and good. They were a little bit tied up in terms of being too close together there. It worked out in their favor, though.
A little bit of chaos. Erickson wasn't quite ready for the ball, able to do something very creative there. Nichols seems to be a little bit of what we call a ball watcher, not getting in front of her hitter like she should be on that block. I'm sure Coach Becker is discussing that right now about knowing what you're supposed to know, watching what you're supposed to watch, and being in the right position to do what you've been trained to do. Becker's teams tend to be very disciplined. We'll see off this timeout. They will be standing. They'll be identifying what's going on in front of them. And we'll see a good push off this timeout. Again, though, like we talked about all match so far, it's about winning that serve and pass battle. That first contact becomes vitally important so that the setters can run the offense they want to run instead of putting the offense in a one-hitter essentially situation. You can have a middle that's available, but if the ball's at the 10-foot line, we're not going to see that middle get the ball often.
Out of the timeout here, Hopkins all ready to go as Swenson will serve with a 22-20 lead. And again, scraping it off the net. Here's Brueggemann, and that one blocked right back at her. Probably would have landed out, but it hits her in the shoulder. And a 23-20 advantage.
Good vision there. A little bit of a swat block right there, but it worked for him that time.
And in second look, I'm not quite so sure that one would have wound up out anyway. It might have very well fallen on the court. Brueggemann has it blocked by Moreland. Good recovery by the Eagles, and then pushed over, and little Erickson was diving back, and Johnson was worried about running into her, so it ends up dropping.
Rookie taking a look over there, seeing the open space and finding the floor with the ball. Good spot.
Crucial point here, I think, for EP, and an overpass going to cost Hopkins. So 23-22, Eagles are definitely not done yet here in the second set. Timeout by Vicki Swenson.
Just calming the squad down here. You can see her just taking a look. Everybody relax. We got a good server here in Brueggemann. Normally the non-front row, the right side that'll get subbed out doesn't serve very much, but she's able to put enough pace on the ball and get the other team uncomfortable enough that they'll take a lump with a dig she might not get that the DS would get, because she's able to put so much pressure on Hopkins in this situation. You see it right there with an overpass. Swenson earlier in the set was athletic enough to go get that ball. That one just about another 2 inches farther away from her than the last one, so that one's going to be a back row attack as she's not able to bring it back in. We've gotten our money's worth, I'll say that. This set has been back and forth and back and forth. 23-22. Eagles are going to serve here. One more serving point, be it an ace or a block or a kill in transition, any way to get this tied up. We got deuces, basically a game to 2, right where you want to be if you're Eden Prairie.
Brueggemann with the serve. Outside to Erickson. Yeah, nice dig by Madison. Off the block and good, as Nichols will get the kill for Eden Prairie, and they come back to even it up. Boy, the trend didn't look too good for them a moment ago, but now they've come back to make it 23-all.
Another bit of a swat block there by Moreland.
And off the net, can they dig it out? Not quite. Erickson scores it for Hopkins, and now they're to within a point of going up by 2. Martin will serve as Schrupp comes back into the EP lineup. And way too long with that one, 24-all.
Not exactly the time you want to see a missed serve. We'll see how Martin responds here as a freshman. Oh, maybe we won't. Swenson pulling the freshman out for a more veteran Carissa Hilgers coming in to serve receive here at 24-24.
Brecky to serve here for EP. And is it good? Yes. It's an ace for the Eagles. The officials are looking not quite sure there, but they'll get the ace serve, 25-24.
That's why it's good to be on camera.
Yes,
looked good from here.
Definitely good.
Looked good from here. Line judge on this side didn't see it, gave the blind call. That's why we had the confer between the up ref and the down ref. They ended up making the right call. That's really all we're after here. 25-24 Eagles.
They'll come middle with it, and just too long there for Eden Prairie's Teal. Hopkins dodging a bullet a little bit there. So Werner to serve now for Hopkins as they have battled back to even it up at 25.
Strong serve from Werner.
Tough ball way to the outside and a big scramble to get there by Swenson. Now Johnson pushing it deep to the corner and finds the open spot as Madison couldn't get there. 26-25 Royals. And no timeout taken here. 26-25. Here's the serve. Moore giving it to Erke. Oh, good recovery by Swenson. Werner will set it for Swenson. Rolling it to the middle, and it's down for a point. 27-25. Hopkins pulls it out. Clutch performance down the stretch here for the Royals to go up 2-0.
Werner puts pace on that ball, puts him in a rhythm right away. They're in a one-on-one situation, essentially. Swenson with a great play to save set point right there. Erke with another rollover. Swenson back in again. They're trying to make her play the first ball. And as teams saw all last year, when you do that, they're going to try and get Swenson the ball back, and she delivers the kill to win set 2.
Kind of fitting after that great dig kept the point alive. So Hopkins goes up now 2-0. We'll be back with our third set right after this on 12 Sports.
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
Intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed puts it away and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Jam.
Channel 12, your local source.
Hopkins pulling out a close one in the second set after really trailing for most of the way. And as we said, Andy, you know, late in that one, it would sort of feel like they swiped one, I think. And Eden Prairie's got to kind of fight that feeling off right now as they just regroup for set 3.
Yeah, we're gonna get everything Eden Prairie has right out of the chute. My guess is by the 10th point of the set, we'll know where this one's going. If it's tight or if Eden Prairie's up, we might be in for a barn burner. Hopkins literally has all the momentum right now, though. We'll see how Eden Prairie responds. Like I talked about earlier, Becker's got his girls match ready, and we'll see how they respond here. I never understood that. Like, what is with all these handshakes? They just take forever. I say that as Moore and I actually have one, but that's a whole nother discussion. So we're about to start set 3 here.
More serving here for the Eagles as we get started. And put away on the slide to the outside by Mogg.
It's a fluid play, good pass, great set. The tempo of that ball was just about perfect. Mogg goes cross court back across her body for the kill.
And Moore trying to run that one down, but can't keep it on the court. So 2-0 lead here early for Hopkins. Johnson trying to continue a good start here, an overpass. And then another, and Martin able to tip it home. So good start here for the Royals.
Serve, overpass, dug over. Martin, used to playing above the rim, is able to do what she wants to with that one.
Brueggemann a big swing. Werner, though, a strong dig. And then Martin puts it away, and Hopkins has jumped on him early here with a 4-0 lead. I don't think we've had a lead of more than about 4 points in any of the sets so far.
We had Hopkins pull away a little bit towards the end of that first set.
Yeah,
but
they end up winning by 7, but you're right. For most
up until
of the way.
that, we were kind of sitting in the middle there for a while.
Oops. Erickson would like to have that one to do again.
Well, Swenson and assistant coach Taryn Glenn kind of looking at each other, wondering why the junior makes that freshman error, but I don't see them going away from her anytime soon. She's been having a great match, able to score key points for Hopkins.
Erke serving for the Eagles. Martin tipping it, and the Eagles able to get that one just a crawl over and then put away as Werner couldn't make the one-hand pass there.
Whole lot of junk, a lot of back and forth, kind of slapping the ball here and there. Eventually we get a little bit of a swing here coming, and it's too much to handle.
Swenson from Martin, able to tip that one over, adjusted in the air well. That was a difficult one to handle.
Coach Swenson was telling me they're trying to run a little bit faster with Martin on the outside. I think that's what they're trying to do, but the communication beforehand must not have been there.
Brueggemann a misfire there. She was real solid early, but has had a few more mistakes as we've gone.
When we talked with Vicky before the match, she said that that was the player they were going to be keying on most, and she did get a lot of sets in the first set here, and maybe starting to show the exhaustion.
Swenson to Moreland, dug up by Madison. And Brueggemann puts this one away, so gets herself back on the positive side there on that hit.
Moore gets the one-on-one with Brueggemann, that what she wanted. Martin not able to get in front of that ball. Good swing by Brueggemann.
Here's Martin over the block. Moore, a great job to get to it. And
double contact
call, yeah.
Coach Becker a little frustrated with that. Great defense by Moore. Double contact.
Royals by 4 as Swenson will serve. Coming right back to Brueggemann. Tipped short there by Swenson, and then Martin came over and attacked that set. So score the point for the Eagles.
Ball's tight to the net. Moore has an opportunity to play this ball. Martin doesn't give her that opportunity. As a result, it is a violation. Point, Eden Prairie.
Swenson will come to Martin, cross court and missed it. And the Eagles back to within 2 after a very slow start. They were kind of on the ropes a little bit early, but fighting back. Erickson tipping over with the left hand. Brueggemann diving to get there and then was in the way, but they're still able to get it done. Swenson ranging over to her left to get a swing on that one. Nichols off the block for the kill, and Eden Prairie's got a little bit of momentum rolling their way now.
Block isn't quite sealed, isn't quite formed. Great job by Nichols to go off that block and down.
For Moreland, but they're off with the timing there, 7-7.
Moreland running what we call an A or a 31 set there, and the ball just wasn't quite high enough for her to do anything productive with it.
Dumped over this time, Erke gets there. Now Johnson throwing down the line. Good recovery by Erke. Nichols off the block, but they'll get to it. Martin gets a swing and puts it away.
Great play by Martin. Goes in, picks up this ball, little roll shot, and then comes back, works hard in transition, gets herself available, and drives this ball deep.
That was really a play that it made her work. She had to, scramble back and get her footwork down just in time. And they go quick middle there and put away by Emma Teal.
Middle in transition, Moore finds Teal. Moreland is the only blocker up. That's going to be a battle that the offensive middle should win if there's only one block in front.
When working their middles, Eden Prairie's probably been less spectacular but more consistent.
Great defensive play again by Madison.
And that one is just out. Martin wasn't really going to be able to do anything with that one anyway, so she was hoping and heard a little out call from the bench.
It's that out question mark you're yelling as you're about to not play that ball. Yeah. More of a hope and a prayer than anything else.
Yeah, kind of not your real definitive out. Out. Here's Erke. Werner does a solid job, and now Johnson pushing it toward that corner. Madison, though, runs it down, and they'll get it over. Johnson cross court, but well read there by Brecky. Erke to the middle.
Great set by Swenson.
Right on target for Erickson, off the block and good. The thing too that you really notice is she's able to disguise a lot of her sets so well too. Wait to the last second so the defense really can't zero in on a hitter.
Everybody you train, if the setter goes to her knees at the 10-foot line, she's not back setting. Samantha is the exception to the rule.
Cross to Erke. Will dump it deep toward the corner, but missed. Good idea, but just not quite there on the execution.
Great idea, good little chaos play. You want to get the other team uncomfortable. As a result, Madison watches that ball go out of bounds. Point Eagles.
Now Erke off the block, and Maud taking a swing at that ball. Almost looked like she was trying to take a swing at her teammate Johnson there.
Just stay down, Johnson, just stay down. This will only hurt for a second.
That's about what it looked like, didn't it?
10-10 right now in the third set.
Overpass there, and only too happy to take advantage was Campbell. So EP goes up by a point.
Overpass. Swenson wants to go up for it, realizes she's back row, and that's not a good idea. Campbell goes about it.
And that's followed up by an ace, and Eden Prairie surges into the lead now at 12-10.
Good serve, little miscommunication there between Martin and Werner.
Here's Johnson. Ooh, Erke almost had that one eat her up there, but able to keep it alive. Now Erickson a full swing and hammers it home.
Good back set. Erickson's been delivering on just about every swing tonight. She's doing a great job. Uh-oh.
To the outside and put away there by Campbell. They weren't quite sure what was coming, and really no block to speak of.
Both went up to make sure Moore couldn't dump that ball, leaving Campbell with a one-on-none. The middle's going to score there more often than a one-on-one.
I would hope so.
That's a great swing by Campbell. Good set by Moore.
Here's Moore serving with a 2-point lead for her team. Swenson pushing it down the line, and this time it'll work out as Madison an effort, but couldn't keep it alive, so 13-12. Here's, if you're Hopkins in this spot right here, you want to, fight that feeling of comfort of being up by 2. You want to still feel like, your back's against the wall here. And Martin will put it away.
Martin in transition, getting the seam in the block and taking full advantage. She's done that about 5 or 6 times within about a 5 square foot area on that back middle there.
She's clearly still learning the game, but you can't teach some of the athletics ability that she's got. Here's Martin again, right on cue.
Now, when you're out during the club season like I am, you hear coaches say you can't teach tall. You can't teach the ability to jump 10 feet. That shot is something she's learned within the last couple months, though. My hat's off to Coach Swenson, and the rest of the staff at Hopkins as they've been able to turn her into quite a volleyball player here. Timeout, Eden Prairie, as Hopkins is up 14-13.
Well, these teams have, already played a lot of good opponents, and obviously some more good ones coming up. As for Eden Prairie, they've got a couple home matches in a row. They've got Chanhassen coming over on next Tuesday the 8th, and then they will play Edina in their last conference match on the 10th before getting us, we've got second to last conference match. We've still got Minnetonka yet to go for them as well. And meanwhile, for Hopkins, they have got a real big one coming up next Thursday. They don't have a match Tuesday, but they've got the rematch with Minnetonka, and the Skippers have, they've been pulling out a lot of close ones and are leading the conference. They're actually undefeated in Lake matches so far. So back into action here with Johnson serving. Hopkins up by a point. Erke cross court with it and missed.
Ball set a little bit too far outside for Erke to do something productive with it. Tries to go hard 4-4, trying to go hard cross court, just a little bit wide.
To the outside, Brueggemann, a big full swing at that one and gets the kill for the Eagles. They are back to within 1 now.
A little fast tempo from Moore here. Swenson a little late on the block, and again, taking away cross and leaves too much line.
Erke with the serve. Now Swenson will come for Martin. Blocked but back wide. And the Royals get the point out of it, 16-14.
Zelmer into serve for Mogg here, up 16-14.
Give a lot of credit to a player that, isn't getting in the match a lot, but comes in at a crucial time like this. Moreland with a big swing, and Madison can't keep it alive, and Hopkins up by 3 now and starting to really play well again.
Moreland so high, able to get up and hit angles that Eden Prairie hasn't had to defend very much this year.
Brueggemann able to pound that one home. So she has really come alive again here in this 3rd set and scored some key points for her team.
1 block for Hopkins. Again, on a 2 ball, you're going to want to see at least 4 hands up there. 2 blockers got to get in front of that ball.
Campbell with the serve. Down the line for Martin, but missed. And
hit that ball off the antenna, kind of wiggled the antenna a little bit.
Yeah.
Refs making sure it's straight up and down again.
Coach Becker letting him know that looks like things got a little bit out of place there. So
that goes on the other antenna. He's not going to say much. You want to give your outside hitter a little bit of an advantage if you can.
They'll come to Erickson back row, and a tough pass to handle, and they're not going to be able to get there. So Royals back up by 2.
Back row attack by Erickson there, able to put everybody uncomfortable and take advantage with an easy point.
Good hard serve that Madison's able to dig up, and it's wide. Going cross court was Brueggemann. She had a lot of room to shoot at there, but just didn't quite keep it in play.
The plan is obviously to attack the right side of Hopkins' defense. Brueggemann goes for it and just misses.
Another good pass by Madison, and that is just wide again. Eden Prairie getting into their offense, but not able to keep it in, and now a timeout by Chad Becker. Yep, definitely out.
Cross body attacking the right side. And if this court was 31 feet wide, that might have been 2 points for Eden Prairie. Good swings, good ideas. Hopkins up 20-16 here. Coach Becker trying to calm the athletes down, get them to maybe just, we need one. I'm sure that's what he's talking about right now. We need one. On the other side, Vicky trying to talk to her players about finish what we started. Take care of the point in front of you. We need 5 more to get out of here with the sweep. That's what we're working towards. We're working for 21 right now. We're not looking ahead. We're not looking back. It's this ball. It's the one right in front of you. We'll see good volleyball coming out of this timeout. Everybody looks pretty relaxed. Well, except the Eden Prairie student section right there. Must be Hawaiian Day for them. I didn't get the memo. Did you?
I did actually see on Hopkins' website, they have it's outlined for their fans what theme it's going to be each night. So, but no, they didn't tell Eden Prairie, and then I don't think they would have listened even if they had it. It's kind of nice to see, though, for a road match that you've got a group of kids coming over. You know, you don't take that for granted. It isn't always the case at every school. So 4-point lead here for Swenson as she gets ready to serve it again here for the Royals. Brueggemann off the block and good, and she has been dynamite, helping to really keep them in this one.
Definitely getting the majority of the balls here for Eden Prairie. When she's in the front row, they have been able to get her the ball quite often.
Where they going? Bobby, center,
And a mini timeout really to break the server concentration on, not intentionally. There was a little hair scrunchie laying on the court. Here's Erickson.
Dug up nicely by Madison.
Madison will have to send this one over, and good opportunity here for the Royals to score. Martin has it dug again by Madison. Here's Nichols. They're going to come right back to Jasmine Martin, and just out.
Martin tries the line after the 6 spots dug twice. Goes down this line and just long, apparently.
Brueggemann serving with her team down by 2. And a good block, and now down by 1. I was going to say, they're to the point where they need to make something happen right now if they're going to have a chance to keep this one rolling. And now, just when they needed to, they're able to step up.
Hopkins calls the timeout here, up 20-19. Vicky doesn't want to see the lead get lost. Exact same type thing we were trying to hear from her last time with a let's everybody stay calm, only she's a little more excited expressing it this time. Becker going X's and O's, it looks like, talking about this is what they're going to run, this is what we want to see. And now we got the fan section getting involved. Everybody stand up. I don't know why the parents don't listen more often with that. We're gonna see off this timeout. Good serving from Brueggemann as she's put a couple nice runs together. If Hopkins can handle the ball, look for Swenson to get the middle involved here would be my guess. A couple errors from Ruby earlier. Last point was on her, but you want to keep the confidence going here, so we'll see what happens.
Brueggemann to serve here, and Hopkins trying to keep their foot on the accelerator here and not let it get away from them, like, you know, happened really to Eden Prairie in that second set. They'll come out to Erickson. Nichols will tip. Werner's going to come back row here to Swenson. And an overpass there, and Martin and Moreland are there, and they're able to score the point for the Royals.
Good long rally here. eye on the ball where it's supposed to be there. Moore does a great job jumping late on the joust, but unfortunately she's jumping with somebody who jumps a foot higher than her.
That'll be a problem. Swenson getting it ahead now to Johnson, pushing it down that line. Madison racing after it. And going to be a tough one. Cannot get it over and score the point for the Royals. That was big. 22-19 now, Hopkins.
Good long rally there. You see Madison making a play and everybody hustling after her. That's team defense. We'll see what happens right here. We got a substitution for Eden Prairie. Martin still serving.
Nichols, Werner digs that one up. And then a misfire by Erickson. So the Eagles to within 2 again. Brecky will come in to serve.
Lefties put a couple nice little runs together for the Eagles tonight.
Swenson's going to come to Johnson left side. Eagles near collision here, and Erke just gets it over as they were a little indecisive. And into the net was Erickson. That ball too tight to the net, and she just couldn't slow her momentum. 22-21.
Brecky having some trouble handling the ball pre-serve here.
I was going to say she's icing herself there a little bit by not being able to control it, but well, you'd never know it though how she served. Wow, 22-22.
Great serve by Brecky. Good float on that ball. Bottom drops out. Werner trying to take some pressure off Martin. Ends up getting aced herself. 22-22.
Oh, but then a serving error by Brecky will make it a 23-22 score for the Royals. They were kind of feeling back on their heels a little bit those last couple, and they get a little bit of a gift there. Here's Werner to serve now for Hopkins. Must have been blocked. No, maybe not. No, I didn't think so. Coach Vicky was up off the bench saying that ball was off the tape, not blocked, and so the Royals have a chance to wrap it up. Here's Erke off the net and good. Eden Prairie still alive.
Madison back to serve. Campbell back in the game. Set point Royals.
Swenson will come to Erickson. Way too long with that one, and we're even up at 24. Eden Prairie not going away quietly here.
I like that swing from Erickson. It's long, but you'd rather see the big swing there, going for it all. Talking with Vicky over the years that I've known her, you never want to tip for match point. Get up, get after it. Good serve by Madison, handled well. Back set gets the blocking situation she wants. Erickson just overruns it a little bit, hits that ball behind her head, and as a result of not being able to finish out in front, hits it long. 24-24 here. Second deuce set we've had in this match. Good serving, good passing. It's gotten cleaner as the match has gone on. The match is, the first set I felt like Eden Prairie let some points get away from them that they shouldn't have. Since that point, it's been tight, good volleyball. Eden Prairie was up big in the second set and kind of let that one slip away from them. Not necessarily by bad play, but by great play from Hopkins. Third set's been just good volleyball all the way around.
So Madison will serve her team a little momentum as they look like they were very much on the ropes, but now have evened it up at 24-24. Come back to Erickson, but Madison digs it up. Erke off the block. That one denied middle. They'll come outside to Johnson this time, and she puts it away as Erke took a ball that probably should have been Brecky's, but the instinct takes over there, and if you can reach it, they go for it. So 25-24, and Hopkins another chance to try and seal it up here.
Ricky sticks the pass.
Martin over to Swenson, and now Johnson. Here's Erke. Johnson, another swing at it here.
Oh, Madison, great defense.
Tremendous play there for the Eagles, kept them alive. Johnson again. Now Erke off the block, and we're evened up again now, 25-all.
This is the energy that was missing earlier in the set. High intensity, high excitement. I'll tell you, Madison saved the match right there. That defensive stab, because there's no other way to put it. A stab for the ball keeps that ball alive. We're at 25-25.
Swenson coming to Johnson, block right back at her, and now the Eagles go up by 1. Moore. Swenson tipping it deep, and that's going to score the point. Brecky wasn't sure what was behind her, so she played it.
Great serve. Swenson decides to go deep with the tip. Madison's there, but probably wasn't heard. Brecky makes a play because the last thing you want to do is see that ball hit the floor untouched. Does a good job trying to get hands on it. Madison, already moving to play the tip, isn't in position to be stopped and make a redirect after it goes off Brecky's hands. Tied up at 26.
Well, Hopkins got a little break by using, or I want to say using, but a hair thing fell off, and now Eden Prairie, there's a little sweat on the floor here. And I'm not suggesting in either case that it was intentional, but it still serves to hold that server up a little bit. Brueggemann. And that one just too long, but it was tipped. So EP goes back in front, 27-26.
Now, I'm not going to say there was a intentional delay on either side of it, but with the years of experience between the coaching staff, I wouldn't put it past them either. 27-26 Eagles.
Swenson will come to Martin, blocked. They'll go to Swenson, rolling it off the block. Brueggemann fires away and gets the point, and Eden Prairie stays alive as the Eagles pull out a 28-26 victory.
Good serve here. Little bit of trouble. Ball goes outside to Martin. It's expected. Swenson picks up the cover ball, gets the ball back, rolls. Erke picks it up easy. Moore goes backside to Brueggemann. Going into the 6. Brueggemann playing hard, fast volleyball, wanting it at crucial points and delivering. The end of 3, it's 2-1 Hopkins. We'll be back for the 4th set after this.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
Well, the ladies in red, they're able to keep things alive. They got to be excited just that there is going to be a 4th set, because it really didn't look like that was going to be the case.
Good volleyball from Eden Prairie here, playing with their backs against the wall. We saw energy, we saw poise, we saw everything you're looking for from a team that's been to the state tournament and been to the state championship twice, winning in 2011, losing to Lakeville North in 2012. They're young. A few of these kids have been there before, but you can tell the tradition came into play there as we start set 4.
I think both these coaches are, you're happy that your team gets some of these kind of matches too along the way during the regular season. It only will help, you would think, if you get into that Final Four at sections where you're playing another team that's just as good as you or maybe even better. Johnson serving to begin the 4th set. Now for Hopkins, they got to wipe the slate clean and not be thinking about how close they were to celebrating a win right now. And there's a kill from Martin.
Good transition ball. Martin able to get up and take it down the line. Moore gets a touch on it, but not enough for Madison to make a play.
Brueggemann firing away, and she'll get the kill for EP.
I don't know that we've seen off speed from Brueggemann yet. She's just come at it every time. Here she goes again to the 6, swinging to the middle of the court because the block allows it. Great ball.
Martin trying to tip here. Brueggemann had the block, and then Martin couldn't resist sticking the hand out and knocks that one wide. So Erke will serve with a 2-1 lead. I'll come back out for Martin, and she says, block this.
Such a dynamic athlete, able to do some pretty amazing things up there. Swenson able to put the ball on a tee for her, and when talking with Martin earlier in the year, she said it's so easy when the ball's in the same spot every single time.
Eagles play it over. Now middle to Moreland, and was tipped. So it'll be a point for Hopkins. Just caught a piece of the blocker's fingers there. Ball landed a little bit wide, but Moreland will get the point. Mogg serving. And Moreland with a good block, but a great recovery by Erke to dig that one up. Boy, there's a great example of you got to anticipate everything and not be standing there watching. Erke was ready for that ball to get to it, and then they get the point out of it.
That great pickup by Erke. Good sense by Moore to go against the flow and back set that ball.
Swenson knocking it to the deep middle, unable to get it done. Good body control here. This wasn't a real easy ball to get a lot on, but just found a good spot. 4-3 Hopkins lead, and Swenson will serve.
Must be getting warm out there. It's second perspiration timeout we've had. Another great thing about that play, Campbell's playing middle back after she serves, not really in a position to play a lot of defense as a middle. Swenson knows that and hits near her, knowing it's going to be tougher for a middle to pick up that ball.
Strong serve there. Erke just barely able to pull it off the floor. Go outside to Erickson. Another nice dig, though, by Madison. Oops, Werner crossing in front of Johnson there and score the point for Eden Prairie, and they even it up.
It's textbook how you want to defend that play, one in front, one behind, but whoever plays the ball's got to have a lot more confidence in their ability to play it.
Erickson sending it over, and then an overpass, and Moreland able to take advantage of it. She was careful there not to go over the net, and didn't get a lot on it, but enough. Martin serving here for Hopkins. They're up 5-4. We're very, very close to ending it in 3, but Eden Prairie battled back.
Tight set.
Now they're going to set Swenson back row. Erke fights that one off. Werner is going to come back to Sam. Oops. A little misfire there. Looked like she changed her mind on what she wanted to do with that ball.
Set from Werner isn't quite where she thought it was going to be. Swenson wanted to take a swing, realized she was in no position to do that, tries to tip it, gets to the ball late, middle of the net, attacking her.
Brecky's serve, and Werner just able to get it. Erickson off the tape. Great recovery, though, by Moore. Swenson for Moreland, and again, the timing wasn't really there, but it'll take it. A little bit of a sloppy point, but it counts.
If you're in trouble and pushed to right back, you'll win more often than you lose. That's a pretty safe place to put that ball.
Werner serving. Erke rolling it to the middle. Erickson, a good effort, but just tough ball to do anything with. She did a pretty solid job taking it off the net and at least keeping it up, but
tough play to make there for Maag as the middle, as she's trying to figure out when it's coming over, where the ball is, where the net is, where she is. Too much going on.
Johnson swings and Madison able to dig that one up.
I want to see the stat line on Madison tonight. I think she's got about 30-plus digs tonight already. She's everywhere.
And Erke has made some big plays too, like that block right there.
Know where the ball's going. Erke alone with the block, times it well, gets in front of Erickson's shot, puts it back.
Johnson looking to go toward that corner again. Madison read it. Werner's going to come to Swenson. Too strong with that one, and now EP's got some momentum. You can really see how excited they've gotten as this one has gone on.
About halfway through the third set, they had a change of attitude, and it's shown in the score since then.
And too long with that one is Maag. So Eden Prairie's got the momentum going, and at what point, if you're Hopkins, you start to go, oh boy, this one is feeling like it's starting to get away from us a little bit here in the fourth set. So a timeout taken, and a good one, I think, right there for Coach Swenson.
Yeah, kind of making sure that if Eden Prairie is going to score, they're going to have to earn some. I think they've given away probably 5 of the last 6 points on errors. Not the way you're going to want to do things, not the way you want to make the other team earn things, put pressure on them. Hopkins is still up right now, although their body language says otherwise. They're up 2-1 in sets. They need to win one more set here. They're only down 3. Just play calm, play collected, play Hopkins Royal Volleyball, and good things can happen.
See Coach Becker.
You wouldn't know his team is on about a 6-1 run right now by looking at his face. He's excited, he's yelling. I'm sure he's telling them he's proud of what they're doing right now, but they need to hold on and push to the next level. If they have it in them, we'll see right here off this timeout.
Good example, too, of, you pick your spots and how you do things. I mean, X's and O's are a big part of it, but also just coaching the emotional part of the game, too. Here's Johnson. Brecky does a good job getting to that one. Moore sends it across for Erke. And almost hits that basketball hoop, but stays in play. They go quick middle and put away. Nice job by the Eagles again as Campbell will get the kill, but Moore solid with the set. So a 10-6 lead. And there's a kill for the Royals and a 10-7 deficit now.
Fine Maag up in the air there. She's able to hit around the block. Good swing.
Erickson with the serve. Erke. Oh, run down here by Erickson. Did a good job to hustle after that one. Swenson will come outside. Johnson. Now here's Erke getting a chance. Werner to Swenson, and then Maag punches it over.
Martin goes to the floor to pick that one up. Brecky equal to the challenge on the other side.
Urke trying to roll at middle here, and who's gonna make a mistake or who's gonna make the play that wins this tremendously long point? Martin now, they'll go to Erickson again, back row. Urke, he's gotten about 5 swings on this point alone.
Disciplined. Brecky stays home and picks up the dump. Good volley. Good volley.
Erickson a swing, but they keep it alive, and then they go right back. Quick middle with Campbell, and she's able to put it away. And Eden Prairie's excited. Urke's rolling around doing somersaults. She's so excited.
Again, finding the middle in transition leads to the point. Mog had probably jumped about 20 times during that point, just ran out of gas, wasn't able to get up that last ball.
And mentally, too, I mean, when you think, I'm going to take a swing, then I'll take another, and then you start to question a little bit, you know, okay, what am I going to do different this time around? And they both did a good job of just staying with that point, and ultimately EP takes it. Here's Johnson. Brecky able to keep it up. Now Urke tip into the middle, nobody home. And Hopkins is starting to question themselves a little bit here.
Communication breakdown right there. That's an easy tip that was called early, but nobody took credit or desire to play the ball. Ball falls in between 4 people.
Madison keeping that ball up, and the lefty Brecky trying to hit the line, just missed.
Coach Becker looking at Brecky and reminding her that your job is to never give away points. That out of system attacking error from a DS can't be sitting well with the head coach right now.
And sent over here by Madison. Swenson will come across from Martin, who has been quiet of late. Oh, a great dig.
Oh my God.
Moore somehow kept that ball alive. And no matter, Martin's going to end up getting the point, and Hopkins is hoping that gives them a little shot in the arm as they pull out a scrambling point, which of late has been mostly Eden Prairie doing it.
Martin goes hard the first time it gets picked up, decides to take a little off it on the next swing. Good for a point.
Brueggemann. Yeah, Brueggemann able to wipe that off the block. She's back front row now, and you know, she'd been doing a lot to keep them alive, especially in that third set, and now getting another opportunity here. Urke with the serve. They come outside to Martin, and she goes down the line and pounds it home.
Martin in rhythm with this swing, gets up before the block does, able to put that ball down.
And too strong with the serve is Mog. It almost seems like they've challenged Martin to be able to make that shot down the line. They've tried to take away the cross court, and for the most part, she's been able to do it. And that pass off target. Martin not able to do anything with it, so the Eagles go up by 5 again at 15-10. And they certainly have the momentum now. Campbell to serve. Subbing in will be Hilgers for Hopkins.
Hilgers who went in the second set for Martin and for Johnson now. See how she does there.
Outside for Moorlander, off on the timing again, and Hopkins starting to sputter here.
See how Hopkins responds here. Few errors. It's not really Eden Prairie doing much or keeping the ball alive. I'm waiting for Hopkins to make mistakes.
Martin tipping down the line and off target. It started with a pass that was a difficult one to handle, and you can see Hopkins now, they're just trying mightily to get any sort of flow back. And timeout taken by Hopkins, and this one is turned in a hurry. Eagles up by 7 now.
Good serve, handled well by Warner, little tight. Swenson sets outside, Martin not ready for it, tips it out of bounds. Limiting errors is going to be the key here. We'll see what happens off this timeout. It has been an extreme switch of momentum since about halfway through the second set. Hopkins took over there after Eden Prairie was up, went on to win the second set. Third set, Hopkins was up for most of it. Eden Prairie came back, snuck that one out, and has been in control here in the fourth set.
You kind of feel like Eden Prairie got to the point where they say, well, there's nothing left to lose anymore. We don't have that much pressure on us now because it's do or die. I mean, we just go out and play. They seem to have really relaxed a lot more, strangely, when they were down at that point, and then able to come back, pull it out, and right now they feel like they can do anything they want out there.
Well, yeah, when you're up 2-0, it's your match to lose at that point. And Hopkins, so once they were down 0-2, they knew they just had to just relax and play. There was nothing that they could do to make big changes. Just see if Hopkins starts doing what they've done since, which is make mistakes.
Outside for Martin. That one is blocked, and the Eagles can do no wrong at the moment.
Martin takes a good-looking swing there, but hits on the way down into the block. Campbell's got a nice little run going here.
They'll come back from Martin and denied again. Teal getting over there along with Brueggemann.
Tough serving, limits the options for Hopkins in the serve-receive offense. Have a double block standing there. Overpass this time by Hopkins.
Moore will come outside, and Brueggemann does a good job of not getting carried away with that swing. Put the ball well on the court as it was set pretty far to the outside.
Back into the game is Johnson. Still in the same rotation they were in when she was subbed out.
Oh my. That kind of sums up how it's going right now for Hopkins. Not a great pass, but still obviously one somebody should have gotten to.
Right. Ball was up, Swenson yelled for help, nobody moved.
Across from Martin, and she's able to get the kill, and Hopkins badly needed that one, obviously. Even if they maybe are too far behind to take the fourth one, they at least don't want to have everything going against them if we end up in a fifth.
Need a run here, need to swing that momentum back. Nobody better than Swenson behind the line to get it going.
And, ooh, really close, but out.
Bit long, forcing middle there. Moore tries to get Teal the ball. Just a little bit long, maybe that ball a little bit higher for her next time.
There's where different angles on the court. From where I'm sitting way up here, I thought it might have touched line. Now sent over here by Nichols. Here's Erickson, a big swing, and she'll get the kill. And now Hopkins saying, okay, we're getting a little bit going here.
Three-point run for the Royals here. Swenson back to serve again.
Overpass there and put away by Martin, so a good serve starts it out, and they're able to get the point out of it.
Ball's tight, Moore's back row, can't go up and get that ball. Martin goes up and takes advantage.
Moore setting it middle, and they're able to get the kill for Teal. 22-14 EP.
The answer that Eden Prairie needed right there. 3 points away from sending us to set 5.
Erickson, and that one will drop in just wide, so. No, I'm sorry, not wide.
Serving is so good for Eden Prairie right now that Teal has a pretty easy job going and standing in front of the outside hitter.
Overpass here, and that one put away even though they nearly collided. Nichols looked like she was almost bumped on the way up there, but still going to fall in, and Hopkins is going to really need to regroup here. Martin a swing. Brueggemann able to dig it up. Now Erke. Swenson runs it down. Tough ball to handle there. They'll get another crack at it though. Erickson, and the block is good, and Eden Prairie takes the fourth set in convincing fashion, 25-14, and we are going to keep on playing.
Unable to get a great set. Martin takes the ball she gets, goes cross court. We got a little bit of chaos here. Eden Prairie, which they've been doing ever since they took over control, taking a bad ball and doing something better with it. Again, putting pressure on Hopkins. Hopkins takes a big swing here from Erickson. She goes cross, gets blocked, drops in. We'll be back for set 5 soon here. Everything you could ask for in a match. Whole lot of good volleyball, good defense. Seen a good run from Eden Prairie here to end the fourth.
25-14 Eagles, the fifth and deciding set on the way now.
Maple Grove, New Hope, and Brooklyn Center. Channel 12 is your local source.
Intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed looks it away and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ.
Channel 12, your local source.
Eden Prairie's come off the deck here and stayed alive. They faced a couple of different match points in the third set. They ended up pulling it out 28-26, and then they were all over Hopkins in the fourth. And now if you're Hopkins, can you get the momentum back? Although we've obviously seen a lot of matches over the years, whether it be high school or whatever, that sometimes you think one team has all the momentum in the world and then it goes away in the fifth too. So you never really know. Brueggemann, now Swenson, here's Martin. And Madison cut in front of a teammate there, played that one, so Hopkins gets that important first point here.
I don't know if it's the oldest cliche in sport, but it's close. It's gut check time for Hopkins right here. We'll see how they respond. Up 1-0.
Brueggemann trying to go down the line, but missed. I think if you're Hopkins there, you know, obviously you're disappointed that you didn't win the third or even the fourth, but the way you lost the fourth one maybe would be a little bit of a cause for concern, I think.
See how they're able to recover, and right now it's looking all Hopkins.
Make it 3 straight.
3-0.
And obviously when you're only playing to 15 rather than 25, a 3-0 lead is that much bigger. Johnson serving to get it started. And just missing back corner. Eden Prairie, a good look at that one, and they were right on. We haven't seen really any mistakes in that regard tonight, I don't think, with anybody missing a call on a ball that should have been played or vice versa.
Correct. Erke back to serve here.
To the outside, Martin going down the line but missed it, and EP now back to within a point.
Martin's been after that line all match, hit it most of it, and that one just got away from her. Tried to go cross body and keep her thumb up as she hit. That's a recipe for disaster.
Erke, a good serve. They'll come right back for Martin. Goes to the middle this time, and Eagles cannot fight it off.
Lift is the call here. Martin goes up for the swing. Ball goes over. Campbell tries to make a play, and according to the ref, that's stuck a little bit.
Zelmer serving for Hopkins. Moore coming in the middle, and Brueggemann puts that one away.
Brueggemann's been pretty on for them all match here. She's able to go up. Blocks a little early that time. She puts it away.
Outside for Martin. Moore has to go a ways to get that one. Now Nichols deep middle with it, and it's going to land out. And we're even up at 4. when it started to get away from Hopkins was when they started to really have trouble ball handling, and it's kind of continued.
Winning this first contact, winning the serve and pass battle. Campbell back to serve again. Warner handles it.
And here's Moreland able to put that one away. Looks like we had a net violation anyway against Eden Prairie.
Good pass. Moreland goes up and takes a swing.
So Swenson will serve. Her team up by a point now at 5-4. Here's Brueggemann going deep middle with that one. Oops, little misfire on the pass there by Moreland.
Moreland not used to taking that second ball. Swenson asked for the help call there. Moreland tried. Not a good response there.
Here's Erickson off the block and good. So they trade points now. Hopkins goes up 6-5.
Good pass. Block is sitting out there in front of Erickson. She sees it and goes through it. Great, powerful swing from her.
Jasmine Martin serving here for Hopkins, leading by a point. Moore coming to the outside, and that block is going to end up wide as Teal able to get it done. They timed it fairly well, but just couldn't turn the ball back in.
A lot of times that'll happen when your middle hitter hits a slide as the block goes out with her and isn't able to stop, press, and push back into the middle of the court.
Brecky, the left-hander, getting set to serve, and now looks like a question on the rotation here. Coach Becker making sure things are good to go here. 6-6 our score. Eden Prairie has come back to win the third and fourth sets after trailing. And Erickson gets the kill cross court.
Good energy from Hopkins there after the kill, getting excited about what's happening. Haven't seen a whole lot of that from them. Now we'll see how this works here. Werner back to serve, up 7-6.
Erke barely able to play that one. Free ball chance here for the Royals. Johnson off the block will get the kill. 8-6. All of a sudden that lost momentum just feels forgotten here in set number 5.
Becker takes a timeout here. His club down 8-6 on that last point. Teal stuck with the middle a little bit longer than she should have, late getting to the outside, and Johnson takes full advantage. Good swing from her, catching the ball where it needs to be. When we're in a fifth set, it's not about taking the big chunk. It's about the ball that's in front of you. You'll hear great coaches talk about play the ball that's in front of you. We need the next point. Russ Rose, when I talked with him one day, the great head coach at Penn State, he said, Andy, I've been around this game a long time, and I've never lost a point, or I've never lost a match where we didn't lose the last point. Now, the way this game works, that's going to be true all the time, and that's all they're trying to make sure they do is take care of the next ball. This ball, I'm pretty sure we just lip-synced Coach Swenson right there.
Werner to serve here again for Hopkins with an 8-6 advantage.
Great serve.
To the outside for Erke, cutting it back cross court. Johnson able to pass that ball and then gets it right back. Brecky will have to send it over. Johnson. Oh, a great scramble by EP. They keep the ball alive, but Hopkins will get another good crack at it here. Erickson off the net and gets the kill.
After a chaos play from Eden Prairie where they're able to send it back over here, ball gets back under control for Hopkins. Erickson uses the tape to get the kill.
Here's Erke reaching back and off the block and gets the point for the Eagles. That one was crucial for them.
A lot of system ball. Erke just trying to play that ball over. The Hopkins block goes up and reaches back for it. Point Eden Prairie.
Erickson off the block and score the point for Audrey and the Royals.
Erickson's put together quite a solid match here from the offensive side especially. Back to serve here with her team up 10-7.
Erke tipping to the middle. Werner will send it on over. Here's a chance for the Eagles. And nice job by Werner to dig that one up. Oops, but then Werner and Swenson were coming together there, and point for Eden Prairie.
Typically in a situation like this, you're going to want the player who's further back moving towards the net to make the play. Swenson makes the call, has a ball handling error, puts that ball in the middle of the net.
Johnson cross court. That one might have been headed out.
Brueggemann takes a bit of a spill there. We'll see how she responds.
They'll come to her on the outside, off the tape, and gets the kill. Yeah, looks none the worse for wear, but yeah, she definitely slipped hard. It's not a lot of time to be injured during a point. I mean, you either get back up and you're in it, or you're not. More to serve, trying to even things back up here. Ooh, and it's a good one. Brueggemann almost let that one hit the court. Erke, though, a big swing and will get the kill. Eden Prairie, boy, you go from real high to real low to back to real high on that point.
Good set to Erke on the outside. Ball in between Erickson and Martin. Little bit of communication error. Erickson doesn't want to see that ball hit the floor. We've seen it many times in this match where the energy and the desire from the further in front defender, she takes a ball that probably shouldn't have been taken. Martin was in position to play it, but because the first touch was made by Erickson, chaos happens. Talking about controlling momentum and controlling the ball in front of you. Off that last timeout, Eden Prairie did a great job of just staying calm, taking advantage when the opportunity was there, when it wasn't, putting the ball back on Hopkins and waiting to see what happened. 10-10 here in the fifth in this rubber match where Eden Prairie won at home. Hopkins won at the Great Apple Valley Invitational. I don't know that you have a favorite at this point. If they were to play 10 times, I'd say it's probably a 5-5 split the way they're playing right now.
Eden Prairie was a point away from losing this one in 3 on a couple different occasions in that third set before coming back to pull it out. They dominated the fourth, and then Hopkins built the lead and has really had the momentum for the most part in this fifth, but Eden Prairie just keeps fighting back. And now they will retake the lead as that serve receive pass was off target. 11-10 now for the Eagles, and more to serve. Swenson giving it to Johnson, and she's able to get the kill for Hopkins, and we're even again at 11.
Johnson goes up, gets the seam in the block, tries to hit the middle, and does. Madison tries to open up her hip and play that ball, doesn't quite get good hands on it.
Brueggemann firing away, and Swenson will send it over. They'll come to the right side this time, and Erke able to get it done. And Erke is about the most animated of the Eagles here tonight. When there's something good happening, she's pumped up.
She's all energy all the time. You're able to see it right there.
(12-11) Eagles lead right now as Erke will serve. Martin tipping. They'll come to Erke, back row, and she gets it done. 13-11 Eagles.
Off speed, a roll shot here from Erke. Ball falls in between the left front and left back player. Werner and Martin take a little look at each other after the play instead of communicating before the play to figure out who's going to make that pickup. That's a ball that needs to be picked up at this point in this match, and in my opinion, at the varsity level across the board. We'll see what happens off the timeout, see what kind of pass we get. All energy and excitement is on the Eden Prairie side right now. Hopkins kind of checking to see what they can do. We'll see how Hopkins is able to recover as a team and come off this timeout.
One thing you really got to like about Abby Erke is she clearly wants the ball in these tight situations too. And you know, you might think that would be the case with everybody, but it really always isn't.
Winners want the ball, you know, and Swenson's been that way for the last 5 years on the varsity court. When she started as a 7th grader, she wanted the ball, and nothing has changed. Now, and it's different as a setter. You don't quite have as much control to end a point as an outside hitter like Erke does.
Erke, serves into the net, so Hopkins, that was big, 13-12. Royals still very much alive here. And Zelmer will serve now for Hopkins.
One of 2 seniors on the squad, 3 seniors on the squad, back to serve at a crucial point. Good float on that ball.
They're going to come middle. Brueggemann, and it is good. It drops in, 13-13.
Well, it just makes sense that we're at 13-13 and we would have in the 5th here. Just great volleyball today. Good energy right now at this point.
Nichols will push it over. Hopkins, a good opportunity to score here with Martin, but it's blocked. Getting out there is Campbell for the block. 14-13 Eden Prairie.
Match point Eagles here after a decent pickup and a questionable set. The Hopkins bench wanted to see a ball handling error there, but the up ref has let them play all day. We're not going to see the first call at 13-13.
Outside from Martin, off the block and good, and Hopkins still alive now, 14 apiece.
3rd set that's going to be extra. It's a 5-game match. I don't know that we can play more volleyball than we played tonight. Swenson back to serve, 14-14.
Off the net and kept in there by Madison. Now a chance for Hopkins. They'll go to Swenson, back row. Ooh, and it crawls over, and taking a ball maybe that wasn't hers, it was Teal.
And again, you don't want to see that ball fall, so communication has to happen early. People playing balls they have no business playing because there's not enough communication. Everybody's nervous, everybody's tight. This ball, it's a great serve from Swenson to start the point. We get a good pass from Madison. Set's going back where everybody knows it's going to Brueggemann. Nice pickup by Swenson. Again, everybody knows this ball's going back to her. She roll shots here, afraid that ball might fall. Teal reaches her hand out where it doesn't belong. Madison's in a great place to make the play, but she can't because Teal steps in front of it. Communication will win the next point here. We'll see how both teams come off. Obviously, Hopkins is in the driver's seat right now, up 15-14 with their dynamic 5-year starter, setter, serving.
Swenson will try and pull out what would be an emotional one, I guess, for either team, the way this one is shaped up. Tough serve. Madison has to go to the court to play it, and Brueggemann doesn't hesitate, keeps on firing. 15 all. And Brueggemann will be back at the service line here for Eden Prairie. Erickson off the block and good, and Hopkins' turn to go back in front.
One speed Erickson. She just bangs every time. Most of the time for the good today. Doing a great job. Martin, the freshman, back to serve, 16-15 match point.
Moore coming to Nichols, and she gets the job done, and we are not through yet. 16 apiece as Brecky comes in to serve here for the Eagles. Erickson had to really adjust late there, but gets it done. She'll send it across court here, now to the middle off the block, and
pancake good by Swenson. Chaos.
And Eden Prairie ultimately wins it with Teal, 17-16. Great effort to keep it up, and
bodies flying everywhere on that point. Energy, great volleyball. 17-16, Eden Prairie up, match point.
Had a little perspiration on the court again here before Brecky can serve it up here. So Brecky trying to finish a comeback. Swenson a long run. Johnson will push this one over. They'll come to Erke. Now Swenson's going to have to just play this one over. Near collision for EP. Erke again from the outside. Here's Erickson swinging away, and they were tied up again. Saw Eden Prairie a little tentative there. We didn't really see a real attack.
Nobody's breathed for the last 20 minutes in Hopkins here. Erickson takes a swing to put that ball deep in the corner, 17-17.
And Werner misfires. Not a great time for that. I guess it would be even worse yet if you were down a point at that point, but that one didn't help. Now Madison to serve for Eden Prairie.
Ball should be going right at the libero Werner to see how she responds after the missed serve. Erickson plays this one.
Swenson will send it over. Moore is going to come to Erke. Here's Erickson again. She's been hot of late. Erke tipping over the block, and there it is. Eden Prairie pulls out a thriller, 19-17 in the fifth. You think back to what, a half hour, 40 minutes ago, they were very close to having their night ended in 3.
Great volleyball match, good energy. We see a good match point. This is good volleyball. Erickson struggles a little bit with the first ball. Swenson takes control, sends it over. Moore out to just defense all over the place. Ball should have hit the floor 3 times in that point already. We see Erke for the ender, a little bit of off speed to end the match, and the excitement we see from Erke, the same we've seen from her for 5 sets. Good match. Goes to Eden Prairie. They win both conference matches. Hopkins wins the tournament. Doesn't have any effect on conference standings, but still gives them belief that they're in these matches. Like we said early, like I'm saying again, 5-setter, they play 10 times, it's a 5-5 split. Great volleyball, glad I was able to be a part of it. Thanks for having us.
Eden Prairie got to be a highlight win for them and give them a ton of confidence as they really rally back after being down 2 and very close to losing that third. Well, a great match, as Andy said. I hope you've enjoyed it all night long as we have here. Your final is Eden Prairie winning it 3-2 over Hopkins. That'll do it for all of our 12 sports crew tonight from the Lindbergh Center.
Media.